Well, soy, as you know, is widely promoted as a health food that can lower cholesterol, prevent heart disease, reduce your risk of breast cancer. But there are numerous studies indicating that soy can actually be harmful for you. Joining us now is the author of The Whole Soy Story, The Dark Side of America's Favorite Health Food. Please welcome Dr. Kaayla Daniel. Good to have you with us. And
thank you.
I know you're here to talk about a serious health topic, but I just want to call attention to these awesome shoes that you're wearing. Because as Kaayla walked over here, Janelle and I both said, hey, look at those shoes. So those are lovely shoes.
Thank you.
But you are here to talk about health. So let me ask you about soy, because for decades now we've been told about all the health benefits, and now I'm confused to hear that it may be harmful to our health.
Well, what you've heard about the benefits, it's all about marketing. Soy is being promoted as a health food because that's what makes people buy soy. They don't buy it for the taste, or most people don't. So soy has been heavily marketed as curing everything from cancer to ingrown toenails. But the fact is it doesn't, and the studies are inconsistent and contradictory and mixed at best. And as for that rumor that soy prevents heart disease, yes, we do have an FDA-approved health claim on that, but you know, the American Heart Association last year came out and said, we made a mistake. Soy is not a health food. It does not prevent heart disease. It does not lower cholesterol.
Well, why did you start investigating soy in the first place?
I did because I was seeing so many sick vegetarians and other health-conscious people, and that didn't match with what I was reading about soy being a miracle food, all those articles, the joy of soy, the soy of cooking, but I was seeing a lot of sick people, and that aroused my curiosity.
And what kinds of illnesses were they suffering from?
When adults start eating a lot of soy or drinking a lot of soy milk, we most often see thyroid problems. And that most often manifests as hypothyroidism with those symptoms of weight gain, lethargy, malaise, and loss of libido. That's a big one.
Babies drink soy milk now. Mothers feed like formula with soy in it. Vegetarians eat soy for protein. And people who are lactose intolerant, you know, drink soy, use that instead. What do you do?
You've just named some of the top risk groups. Babies are at the highest risk because soy formula is all they're eating. Little babies, vulnerable, key stages of their developing brains and bodies, and all they're getting is the soy formula.
So what complications might we see in babies if they are fed a lot of soy milk?
We don't usually see complications right away. They might not manifest until puberty. And at that point, with little girls, they're overly estrogenized. They may go through puberty early. And with little boys, they're estrogenized, and as a result of that, they go through puberty late, or in the worst cases, not at all.
So getting back to what Janelle was saying about vegetarians and people who are lactose intolerant having relied so heavily on soy, what alternatives should they choose now to replace that?
Just about anything is better than the soy. I'm not a fan of things like rice milk because it's high in sugar, but at least it doesn't have the estrogens. Coconut milk is wonderful for people, wonderful for their immune systems. And here in California, you have the wonderful opportunity to get raw milk. And so many people who do not react well to commercial milk products do well with raw milk.
How about soy, like in moderation?
Moderation, not usually a problem for most of us, but by moderation, I would say no more than a couple times a week, and preferably things like miso soup or tempeh, some of those old-fashioned whole soybean products. But what we're seeing instead is people drinking soy milk several times a day. They're eating edamame like it's popcorn. They're eating soy energy bars, soy nuts. They're eating a lot of soy, and those people are definitely taking a risk.
And soy lattes, but there are probably, I don't mean to speak for other people, but there are probably people out there who, despite what they hear, are going to still eat soy because they believe in the benefits of it. So you would suggest that they just reduce their soy intake?
They certainly should listen to the precautionary principle of better safe than sorry, because there's a lot of evidence that soy creates health problems. And I would just recommend that they eat it in the context of a rich and varied diet. And we should all be eating real foods, whole foods, not the junk foods, not the fast foods, and the more we stick with whole products.
Let me ask you, how is the consumer to know what's fact and what's not? Because we do hear contradictory reports about a lot of different foods these days. So if we've been hearing reports for so many years, you call it hype, but it must have been based on some scientific evidence. Now we're hearing reports to the contrary that soy is not. How do we know what to believe?
What we've got happening right now is the Israeli Health Ministry has come out and warned against soy. They've said babies should not get soy formula, that children up to age 18 should eat it no more than 3 times a week, and no more than once a day, and that adults should be cautious because of adverse effects on fertility and increased breast cancer risk. And the French Food Agency will soon require warning labels on soy foods. So that's happening, and some foreign governments are starting to look at this and say there are some risks with soy.
Is there any difference between organic soy and soy just in products?
If you're going to eat soy, you definitely want to go with organic because it's better. But the problem with soy is that those estrogens are in all soybeans, whether they're organic or whether it's genetically modified.
How have your findings been received in the soy promotion community? What kind of feedback are you getting?
They're not too happy with me.
What kinds of things? What are they saying to defend themselves?
Initially they ignored the book, hoping it would go away, I guess, and then they started saying I had a diploma mill degree, mail order degree, you know, slanderous things like that. Absolutely not true.
You are a PhD nutritionist.
I am, and from a fully accredited university, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Kaayla Daniel, thank you so much. This is a fascinating topic, and surely this controversy isn't going to go away. Well, I'm sure we'll hear voices from the other side.
And I'm not going to let it go away.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for
being here.
Okay.
Well, it's a disease that affects all ages. Next, how you can help find a cure for leukemia and save hundreds of dollars on your utility bill. Tomorrow, Health Dr. Lisa Quinn joins us with the tools to make your home energy efficient.